I'm Josh from Georgia College, and in this video I'll be discussing binary files and how to work with them in Java. So what is a binary file? A binary file is a file that contains raw binary data. The content of a binary file is not formatted as text and is not meant to be opened in a text editor. Storing data in binary format is more efficient because there are fewer conversions taking place. Here I've made two examples to illustrate the differences in storage. The first is the representation of how the number 1297 is stored in a text file, and the second is how the same number is stored in a binary file. In the text file, each number is stored as a character. In the binary file, each number is stored as its 8-bit binary representation. To write data to a binary file, you'll need to create two output stream objects. The file output stream object opens a file for writing binary data and establishes a connection to it. The data output stream object then allows you to write data of any primitive type as well as string objects to the binary file. Be aware that with most other file operations, if you open an existing file for output, that file will be deleted and replaced with an empty file of the same name. Here are some of the methods associated with the data output stream class. They're pretty straightforward and the slide contains all the information you should need on them, so I won't go into much detail about these. Feel free to pause the video and look over these before continuing. In this example, I'll be running a simple tester program demonstrating writing data to a binary file. I open a file called tester.dat that I will be writing to using my data output stream object. I then write an integer 5, a character f, a boolean true, and an integer 10 to the file before closing the file and ending the program. Now, when I run the program, you can see that it executes without any errors. However, unlike with a text file, you'll notice that if I try to open the tester.dat file, that the information stored is not in a legible format, as you can see here. In order to read from a binary file, you'll need to create two input stream objects. The file input stream object will open the file for reading binary data and establish a connection to it, and the data input stream object will allow you to read data of any primitive type as well as string objects from the binary file. Note that just as with the output stream objects, these two need to be used in conjunction with each other in order to work properly. Here are some of the methods associated with the data input stream class. Like the output methods, these are fairly straightforward, so I won't go into much detail. Feel free to once again pause the video and look over these before continuing. The first two lines in this example are opening our file tester.dat for reading. Then, we attempt to read an integer off the file, which should return 5, a character, which should return f, and then another integer. If you remember, when we wrote the file, the next set of data stored is a boolean. So what happens if we attempt to read an integer in this spot? As you can see, we obtain some unexpected results. Always be sure to remember what type of data is stored in your file to avoid situations like this. Normally, when you pass the name of an existing file to the file output stream constructor, it will be erased and an empty file by the same name will take its place. Sometimes, however, you may want to preserve the existing file and append data to the end of it. The file output stream constructor takes an optional second argument which must be a Boolean value. If the argument is true, the file will not be erased and the new data will be written to the end of the file. Well, that about wraps up the video. Feel free to post any questions you might have in the comments below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button if you'd like to be notified when a new video is posted. Thanks.